I want to call this meeting to order on tonight. I want to thank all of you for coming out, showing your concern for the city of Greensboro. This is our second meeting of the month of October. As always, we like to start off with prayer. And on tonight, we ask that Councilman Neal would start us off with prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Continue to lead us and guide us and be about the business of this city. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Clerk, we ask that the minutes will reflect that all members are present. That Councilman Moore is joining us via phone, and city manager is on the phone as well on tonight.
Yes, sir.
Brings us down to number 4 on our agenda, the approval of our October 2nd, 2023 regular session minutes. Council, you should have received those minutes. I'll give you time to read over those at this time if you have not done so. Once you're done reading over them, ask that you would raise your right hand, signifying that you're ready to vote.
Can you hear Councilman?
All saying aye, Councilman Moore.
Can you hear Councilman Moore?
Everybody's ready. Entertain a motion and a second to accept the October 2nd, 2023 regular session minutes.
Motion to accept.
Second.
It's been second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor, let them raise their right hand or say aye. Unanimous decision. Brings us right down to number 5, approval of the October 2nd executive session minutes. Council, you should have received those minutes as well. Entertain them. I'll give you time now to read over those minutes. And once you read over those, ask that you do the same. Raise your right hand, signifying that you're ready or saying aye. Aye. All right. I entertain a motion and a second to accept the executive session minutes of October 2nd, 2023.
Motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand and saying aye. Aye. Unanimous decision brings us right down to number 6 on the agenda. Mr. Marcus Cunningham, my wastewater plant.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
The wastewater treatment plant is currently in really good shape. There's a few things that we've accomplished since I was here last. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is that the pond dredging job is nearing an end. I expect that Bionomic Solutions will be done with the dewatering and dredging portion by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Once they're done, they will begin the demobilization phase of the project. Once that's completed, the job will be completely finished. Demobilization is just the process of the company coming by and taking up the equipment that they use to dewater and the sludge that was in the treatment pond. During this project, we have been required to collect more sampling and have more samples analyzed to keep us in compliance with EPD. The grit classifier that was ordered at the beginning of this year has arrived at the treatment facility and is currently awaiting installation. This piece of equipment is really vital to the treatment process. It helps remove inorganics from the wastewater that's coming into the plant, our influent. And it also, as a side benefit of it, it helps extend the life of some of our most expensive pumps that are out at the wastewater treatment plant. Quarterly samples that we normally do on a quarterly basis, so we just finished those in September. Those have been collected and analyzed. Everything was in spec. We collected samples from our influent stream, our effluent, and surface water for analysis. Again, everything was in accordance, was in spec that was set by EPD. Mark Vandiver from Georgia Rural Water Association came by the treatment plant to spend some time with us to discuss ways we can reduce some of our energy costs. He recently reached back out to myself Thursday of last week with some recommendations that I could do to the treatment process that would help reduce costs, like turning down the amount of time that I'm using our blowers. Currently, we are at 97% BOD removal, so that's really good. We could turn down some of the time that we're using our blowers to help conserve energy. Another example, what he mentioned that we could do is we could add motion sensors to some of our lighting out at the treatment plant. At night, I don't know if you probably can't tell now, but once the leaves are off the tree, if you ride by the treatment plant, you'll see lights out there because we have to keep the place lit up. He recommended that we put motion sensors on them so they won't be running, they won't be on at nighttime and nobody's out there. The motion sensors obviously would help reduce the lighting costs, the energy cost at the treatment plant. Today, we received confirmation that we passed our whole effluent toxicity test. This test is done annually where we send samples of our effluent to be analyzed to be sure that our discharge is not harmful to the receiving stream's habitat. We have not had any issues with that in the past. Hopefully that streak continues. That's a great thing. We also have coming up on the horizon industrial inspections. The city engineer and myself, we will go to the industrial users and we will inspect their pretreatment programs. We will look through some of their paperwork. We will make sure that they are in compliance with the city's permit that was issued to them. We also will collect what's a split sample so we can collect the same sample at the same time and compare our results to be sure that there's no funny business going on. We've never had any issues, but it's just something that EPD requires us to do. So we will be doing that in the middle of November. That's coming up. We also have soil samples that's coming up where we collect our samples at the land application site, at the treatment plant, as well as our biosolids land application site. We send those results to the county extension agency. They send those samples to a University of Georgia lab to be analyzed. The soil samples will be included in our biosolids report that's due at the end of January every year. So those are extremely important. Lastly, the tractor that we have at the treatment plant is currently in the shop, presumably to replace the clutch. We're going to need something with a loader to clear down trees in the city's spray fields. Also, we're going to need a truck. I spoke to the city manager about this a few weeks ago. We currently have one truck and a Crown Vic as the vehicles for the treatment plant. Moving equipment around and trying to keep various lift stations and other places that we keep maintained can become challenging with only one truck to move equipment around. One last note, I would like to thank the mayor, council, city manager, the previous city manager as well, for finding the funds for the cleaning of the treatment plant storage pond. Getting this done is This has been something we've been trying to get done for over a decade. We're tickled pink to be getting this done. This is going to drastically improve the treatment plant's ability to treat waste. And that is also going to help with our capacity problems that we were experiencing at the treatment plant. That's all I have for y'all this evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cunningham. I don't have any questions at this time. Does any of the council have any questions or concerns?
I have a couple, man. First of all, Mr. Cunningham, thank you for your job. Thank you for what you do for us.
Thank you.
That's highly impressed with your report. But you were stating in your report that you have a piece of equipment need to be installed.
Mm-hmm.
How soon will you have that piece of equipment installed?
We're looking to have it installed within the next, at least in the next 2 weeks. Currently, we're trying to help with the dewatering process at the treatment plant, and that's kind of consuming a lot of time. We are going to help in the installation process for that piece of equipment. And I want to have my complete focus on that. That's why it's being pushed until at least 2 weeks.
Okay, and my other question was, well, it's not a question. I heard you say it was one test that you had taken, but it will pass.
Yes.
It will pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Cunningham.
Thank you.
Brings us down to number 7 on our agenda. Council, in your packet, you have a proposed 2024 holiday schedule. Asking, have you had time to look over that schedule? Has everyone had time to look over that schedule? Any concerns? Councilman Moore, were you able to look over the schedule, the holiday schedule?
Councilman Moore.
Yes, I was able to look over it.
City Manager, would you like to address that holiday schedule?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to talk about item number 7, our 2024 proposed holiday schedule. What we have before you all, we have 4 additional days that we're requesting for holidays. And what we're proposing to do is to have our holiday schedule match the county holiday schedule. We recognize some citizens sometimes will come to us when the county is closed and we're open, and we think it would be more smooth for our citizens just to have a matching holiday schedule. As far as the budget impact, we estimate about $8,000 per holiday, which would be a total of $32,000. We're requesting the first year to use funding from ARPA to address this request. The years following the holidays will be incorporated in the general fund budget. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any questions coming from the council?
Yeah,
Art,
go ahead, D.
have we looked at the ARPA fund to make sure we get, it's okay to take it out and we can go move further for this year?
Yes, we have Councilmember Smith. With ARPA funding, you can use what is called revenue recovery, which a city or county can use for instances like this. This is an allowable expense.
Councilman Miller, did you have a
Yeah,
question?
so, I mean, that was the kind of what I had. I'm gonna piggyback off of Councilman Smith a little bit. So if we take that money, 2024 for these new days, when that money go away, how we gonna fund it, or maybe I could even go and say that he said this the same calendar that the commissioner have, right? The kind of commissioners.
Yes, sir,
Is
Councilmember
this
Miller.
day first?
Same schedule, and it would be going forward, incorporated in the general fund budget, going forward in 25 and going forward.
Going forward, putting it in the general fund every year for it. Okay. Okay, Mr. Mayor. I'm good.
Any more questions coming from the council? No more questions? I entertain a motion at this time to approve. Motion, I'm second.
Just before we make the motion to approve or disapprove, I just want to make sure that I know we publicly said it would be 32,000 at ARPA fund, but it's only one holiday we'll be concerned about right now, which would be the new holiday, which would be November the 10th, the Veteran Day, right?
No, you have a total of four.
4 of them, D.
Be February 20th, April the 7th,
Okay.
October
I see.
9th, and November the 10th.
Yeah, D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, no problem.
Any more questions? No more questions? Entertain a motion to approve or deny.
Well, Mayor,
Yes, sir.
if I'm in order, I'd like a motion to approve the 24 proposed holiday calendar.
Second.
It's been second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand or saying aye. Unanimous decision. Thank you so much, council. Brings us down to number 8. Ms. Chantel Hudson with Bureau Veritas request approval of the BPIV development. I see that Mr. Pennington is here as well.
Good evening, City Council,
Good
Good
evening.
City
evening.
Clerk, and the general public. I'm Chantel Hudson on behalf of Bureau Veritas. Here to request approval of the BPIV development. I do have Mr. Pennington here aside of me if you have any further questions. Do you want me to go over the sheet right quick or just have Mr. Pennington speak?
Mr. Pennington can speak. I think we heard everything from you on last evening. What we needed from you this time is the map. Council, everyone received a copy of that map.
Yes, sir. I gave everyone a copy in their package.
Mr. Pennington, can you give some clarification on what it is that you're wishing to do at this said location?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. My name is Brooks Pennington IV. I'm here as the owner of BPIV Development, and I'm speaking with regards to the proposed Town Creek development. The property that I'm applying for a rezone on is currently zoned B1, and I'm asking to rezone it to B2 in order to meet the Greensboro zoning requirements and permitted uses. It is my goal to develop a fenced, secured, and lighted truck, trailer, boat, and RV parking facility on this site, initially focused on a monthly parking. My facilities are completely fenced. They are secured. We utilize multiple security cameras, a Wi-Fi sync 24-hour coded access gate, and our cameras are set to record 24/7, 365, not just on movement. I believe that there's a tremendous need for this in Greensboro, both for boats and RVs and for trucks and trailers. With the lake nearby and many people now owning boats and RVs, there's still a need for a place to store these recreational items when not using them. In addition to parking boats and RVs, I desire to provide truck parking opportunities on this site. Truck parking is an issue across the United States, and I know that it is an issue in Greensboro as well. We all need trucks on the road, and I'm sure that there are many truck drivers in Greensboro, but these drivers and operators may not have a designated permitted area to park, especially if they are owner-operators or drivers and their business is not nearby. Therefore, they either illegally park on the road or in a neighborhood, or they just decide to not be a truck driver, which is probably a reason why there's a significant shortage of them. A facility such as I'm proposing will allow local drivers, owner-operators, and small business owners a safe, secure place to park their trucks and/or trailers. It should also enable Greensboro and Greene County to better enforce their zoning ordinances and help keep the public safer by helping to remove the trucks that are currently being parked on Greensboro roads and right-of-ways. I look forward to answering any other questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pennington. Is there any questions coming from the council at this time? Questions or concerns? Any questions or concerns at this time? No questions or concerns?
If possible, I think we should table this, Mr. Mayor. Just to put some thought to it. I know we had a first reading a couple weeks ago, brought the information to us, and we looked over it, we requested for them out, but just to put some thought to it, because right in that area, bringing in boats and RVs, especially 18-wheelers, anything like that, the traffic is very high right now. Just trying to get into the dealership and the car wash, well, not the car wash, the auto place where they fix the cars and stuff at, and then trying to bring in trucks with boats and RVs and either transporting trucks and trailers. I think that's going to be a lot right there in that area. I know we had asked the young lady last week, a week before last, I think, did we say we had did a traffic study on that area to bring a business in like this?
It was mentioned to get information on the zoning map, so that's what I obtained, but I can't follow up with.
Yeah, so can we get some information on it, do a traffic study on that? Because I would love to have a business like that in this area. But in that particular area, I just think that's just a lot right now to bring a business in like that. So we can get a traffic study and try to show, to try to make it seem where we can put a business like that in that area. I would feel better doing that. I've talked to a couple of business and citizens up in that area, and it's kind of back and forth on we would love it to come and we would not like it to come. So if I could get a traffic study on it, I think that kind of can help me out, because if you look at it, the only way you could possibly turn on that road would be in front of Jimmy Briggs. I don't think you could use the McDonough area, maybe RVs and boats, but definitely not 18-wheelers. And that's the only place I can see we could bring those trucks in, unless you know something different.
Councilmember Smith, may I take a moment to address some of those comments and concerns?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'd like to, I guess, discuss that two different ways. The first one, just to kind of further, I guess, show y'all what could be there, because that's the other concept, is what is it currently, I guess, zoned for, or what is it originally permitted for? On page 16 of the staff report, if you look, and I don't know if y'all's are numbered or not, but it's going to be the second or third page of the 2001 plat that was included in there. Let me see if I can show it to you. All right, so it looks like this, and it was where it was highlighted with the different lots.
Okay.
So that shows that originally when, I guess maybe even the Jimmy Britt lot, some of the other lots up front were made, that there were 6 lots where I'm proposing to put my one facility. And with 6 lots, that's 6 different types of businesses and uses. And with what I'm looking to do, it's basically just one facility. And so I want that to be considered, that there could be 6 operating businesses with customers coming in and out all day. And with what I'm proposing, I do feel like will be a much lower impact use. I think a lot of the traffic for my site depends on the types of customers that this Greensboro market has. The trucks and the trailers tend to vary significantly with regards to who comes and goes. From what I've seen, the long-haul truck drivers tend to pick their truck up early in the week, and then they return later in the week. And so if I'm proposing, I don't have it right in front of me, but 120 spaces, and let's just say 10% of them are long-haul drivers, then you basically have 12 coming in and out in the course of a week, which is pretty low impact. The other side of the truckers would be the kind of local owner-operators. Those are the guys, they may own a log truck, or they may own whatever other types of small businesses here that Greensboro has. They're probably going to come in the morning and come back in the evening when they get done. So that would be potentially one per day for those. And then where I actually think the majority of the breakdown of these customers would be boats and RVs. And boats and RVs tend to be seasonal. They're very low impact. You see the lake season get busy, they're probably going to pick that boat up on a Friday and take it back at the end of the weekend. So with regards to different types of uses, I do think that mine would probably have one of the lowest impacts. And I'm taking 6 of the potential lots there and making it 1.
What about the bridge? It's gonna be one way in, right? Basically, because that bridge capacity went down the weight, right?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the capacity on that bridge, and I wouldn't think, obviously, if trucks and trailers can't cross it, then it's gonna not be allowed. That would be illegal for them to cross
So it'd
it.
be one way. They have to come out that way.
They would most likely come out there. That's correct.
Any more questions or concerns coming from the council? You've heard the request coming from Mr. Pennington. Council, I entertain a motion at this time to accept, deny, or table this matter.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to table this matter.
We have a date.
If I can I ask the young lady how long would it take to do a traffic study? You know, how long would it take? Would it be prepared for the next meeting, or we need to go out 2 meetings?
I would say, let's do 2.
So that'll be the second meeting in November. If I can, Mr. Mayor.
Honorable Mayor, may I make one comment before? I have not acquired this property yet. It is under contract, and I'm not sure that the seller will extend. So there's a chance if we table that I will not be back in front presenting.
Yes, sir.
Second.
It's been second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Further discussion. Councilman Miller, you like you had something you want to say?
I like to vote on it. I don't want to overlap Councilman Smith, but I got this. Well, Councilman Smith said he'd like to see a traffic study. I got this package and I looked over it, and then I unrolled the area a couple of times since I got this package. And Councilman Smith, I agree with him, and I don't agree with him because I would love to put it before the council to vote. But if we really need the traffic study and make him feel better, I could go along with that.
It's been second to table this matter to the second meeting of November. All those that agree with council, they agree with that, ask that you would raise your hand now. And that disagree, say aye or raise your hand. With the council motion.
Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore.
I abstain.
You abstain. All right, so we have 3 that agree, 1 that disagrees, and then 1 that abstain. Thank you, Mr. Pennington.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda is number 9, Mr. Bill Owen. Am I pronouncing your last name correct?
Me.
Me, okay.
As my tenants say, you owe me the rent. That's how they know me. Well, thank you guys for allowing me to come up in front of you, the council members and the mayor. I'm here talking about animal control and humane services. And I want to say I had great conversations with the mayor and with the police chief this week, which really encouraged me about what you guys are doing and what's going on forward. I actually am a founding member of the Circle of Friends Animal Society, which is a rather prominent charity in the area. Along with Oconee Regional Humane Society, we do most of the work on trying to find homes, spay-neuter programs, all sorts of support services for the animals, critters, and the people of this community. So I'm just excited about the fact that we may be doing something with animal control with the county, because my understanding is right now we don't really have an animal control program in Greensboro. And one of the reasons I came to the meeting was a lot of people come to us from Greensboro, from the city, and they want us to help them with the animals, spay and neuter, take the animals, find new homes for them. Both humane societies, both COFIS, which is my group, and Lake Oconee Humane Society, we can't take animals from the public. Okay, we're not allowed by the Department of Agriculture. We'll lose our license. And it's a liability issue, rabies, that sort of thing. So we can only take animals from an approved facility and then find homes for them. So we can help with the county right now, but we can't help with the city. Okay, so that's why I'm here encouraging you guys, if it's anything we can do to maybe work an intergovernmental agreement with the county to use their shelter for the city animals, that would be great, because they seem to have enough capacity whenever I go over there and I talk to Sam. So I've already talked to the chief. I guess he's going to be spearheading this. This is what the mayor was saying. And we're here to offer any help that we can, the Circle of Friends Animal Society. And, if you need us to lobby or talk to people or, I don't know, walk around with signs that say, help the animals, we'll do it. And I just wanted to thank you guys for at least looking into this. And again, the mayor has my number, the police chief has my number. Anything we can do to help out, we're here to help out. So, thank you guys for considering it. And again, it's really going to help the community, because we've already helped over 12,000 animals in our time in business. And we want to help another 12,000, and a lot of those could come from the city. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brings us down to number 10 on our agenda, which is unfinished business. The only unfinished business that I have at this time is that I think we have enough names now, enough participants for our youth council. Actually, council, we will have to go through these names, and I'll get, because I think we have too many now. Yeah, we have too many now. We have to go through these names and choose those persons that we'll pick for the council. All right.
Can I ask you a question, Bill?
Yes,
How
sir.
many you have?
I have 8. I have 8 total.
And we need to pick 5, right?
Yeah, I have 8. I have 8.
Still doing one for you? 6?
6.
Yeah, 6. So we need 6. Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll get these names to you all, those of you that haven't chosen an individual, and then we'll pick them.
Just a suggestion, if we have 8,
Uh-huh.
can we assign one with the city manager and one with Ms. Butler as the city clerk? If they just was something that the kids want to do, so it won't be, we say, hey, we have 6 and we can't use 2 to get them something to do in the community.
Only thing about that may be, but we had said that it would be mayor and council representatives. So we'll have to go back in. That's what we originally voted on. So we'll have to go back in and change what we voted on.
I don't mind doing that. I don't want to turn the kids away if there's something they want to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a possibility. Any unfinished business coming from you, city manager?
No, sir, not at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Fleming, any unfinished business for you?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor.
City clerk,
No, sir.
council member Moore.
Councilman Moore.
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Miller,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Councilwoman Rivers,
No.
Councilman Smith,
No, sir.
Councilman Neal.
Nothing.
All right, brings us down to new business. I would need to go into executive session for one legal matter. That's all I have. Right, City Clerk, I don't have anything else, right?
No, sir.
City Manager, do we have any new business?
No, sir, no new business at this time for me, Mr. Mayor.
City Attorney, do you have any new business?
No, sir.
City Clerk?
No, sir.
Councilman Moore?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Miller?
Nothing, ma'am.
Councilwoman Rivers?
No.
Councilman Smith?
I have two things. Are we gonna adopt the descriptions that we had got for the,
Thank you.
city
Job
manager,
description.
city clerk, and the financial specialist?
No, the description, no, those will not be adopted. Those are just for us to review, to look over. And then once city manager gets back, then we'll adopt those.
Okay.
What's the second?
And two, are we gonna do some type of resolution? I know the Historic Preservation Commissions came up with a resolution, over the past week or two in their meetings, in support with the courthouse. Are we gonna put up a resolution in support of the courthouse staying in downtown Greensboro area?
We have not put up a resolution at this time. Now, that would be up to the council, but I think we had spoken, in public about, how we felt about the courthouse. But it would totally be up to the council to do a resolution.
Okay. I think, is it possible, can we discuss it now, or we need to come back?
That we'll come back and discuss it.
Okay.
There is a resolution that we do need to sign. I'm sorry, Councilman Mill, we do need to vote on.
It's in the,
It's in your packet.
it's in the package.
I don't know if you had a chance to read over it. It's a resolution pledging to practice and promote civility in the city of Greensboro. Did you guys have a chance to go over it?
Yeah.
Is it possible that we could do this at the same time we do the one with the city manager when they come back? Or is something that had to be done tonight?
Is there a date on this resolution to get it turned into GMA?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Have you not had time to read over, Council Smith?
I have and I haven't.
All right, well, I'll give you time to read over. We'll table this matter until, or we'll hold off on it. We don't have to table. We'll hold off on it until the first meeting in November. Councilman Neal, do you have anything?
Yes, I got one thing. It's for the city manager. I noticed on our city website, we are accepting bids to remodel the bank building. So, what's going on with that? We hadn't discussed any plan for it, so what are we accepting bids on? I noticed it says Jeff Prine is the contact person for the bids. So, that's,
City Manager, did you hear the question coming from Council Member, Mayor Pro Tem Neal?
I heard parts of it. If you can repeat it.
I said, I noticed on our city website, we are accepting bids to remodel the bank building. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we hadn't discussed anything about any remodeling, so I'm trying to see what's going on. What are we accepting bids for?
For the city hall, I'm not familiar with
Bring back
what's
some.
going on for bids for the city hall. I do know we've started with a project manager to assist us to streamline the process for getting the city hall together by 24 by next year. And so I know we've started that, and that has been already handled.
Okay, but when would we discuss with the council about remodeling the bank building? I don't remember discussing that.
That particular item matter was under professional services, spoke with legal about it. Legal reviewed the agreement and they indicated it could be under professional services.
This still should have came to the council.
Yeah, they got to be approved by us. And if the guy is Jeff Prine, it said,
Yes, sir.
okay, what's going on with him?
Mr. Prime is a well thought out project manager that has done work throughout Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina as far as vertical projects. He's doing some work right now over in Madison, Georgia, as well as he did work in Newton County. He's done work in Effingham County. He's done work in another particular county, but I know he's doing work currently right now over in Madison.
So when did we hire him and how much is he getting paid?
Say that question again.
When did we hire him and how much is he getting paid?
I don't have the contract before me, but all of this took place. There was conversations with him while I was there, and I think he met with the mayor, and we had already kind of worked out the agreement with the legal, reviewing it, and it was just a matter of signing it under professional services, which is allowable for my role.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Mayor, on that?
I think,
Yes, sir.
let me clear it up, clarification. The project manager has been hired just to get estimates on what it would cost to remodel the bank.
So we hired the project.
Yeah, through professional services.
Yes.
So he on the contract?
Yes.
But, Mr. Mayor, I don't have no problem with it, but shouldn't the council been in kind of enlightened on that?
That's
if
my
we were
problem.
gonna hire him?
I don't know anything
If we
about
were gonna
this.
hire him, because if we hired him, it was a cost gonna come with it. I mean, it's my first hearing, and I'm definitely entitled, I'm in favor of getting something done to that bank, but, you know, just a few months ago, we was talking about we didn't have money to do it, and we was gonna do it in phases. Now that,
Actually, with professional services doing the budget, we actually gave city manager okay to hire a project manager. So he wouldn't have had to come back to the council to do so, because we gave him the authority to do so with the new budget that we voted on.
But over a certain amount of money, we have to approve it, all right?
Yes,
So
if
What's the-
it's not in there, if you hadn't already voted on it, you already gave him the authority to hire the project manager.
have he started, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, that's why we have the estimates or the bids on the website. He started. He's
Mr.
already.
Mayor, if I may, a lot of cities and counties have utilized this type of service to streamline and to reduce costs and to ensure the projects stay within budget. A lot of times, if you don't have the proper staff to manage the project, you have budget creep, you have estimates that are not current, and then at the end of the day, a project which you think would cost $1 amount, it would go over that, far exceed that amount. So this is the way that a lot of cities and counties do it to ensure that the project is properly managed. And if Barry, if you are there, if you would chime in, because I think Adam and Barry reviewed it and indicated that they were very familiar with this process.
Council and Mr. Mayor, what the manager is speaking of is that when you pass a budget at the beginning of the year, it has a line item in there for the manager to hire people for professional services. And what he has done is he is using that money that you've already voted on and appropriated to go hire someone to look at the city hall, as I understand it, and bring back to you potential plans for changes over there. And all those would come back before you. So what you've really done is go hire someone to give you an evaluation of what would it cost to make changes, what kind of changes might need to be made. All those kind of things would come back to you for approval later through the budgetary process. I believe that might be part of the question that is here. You're not going over there and putting hammer and nail on City Hall right now. You're just hiring someone to tell you how many hammers and how many nails you're going to need to do something with it and come back and report to you.
But he still has a contract. The guy.
I'm sorry?
Project manager has a contract though, so
He does, yes, sir.
So what I'm saying, I didn't know how much he getting paid. I need to know that too.
Sure. Well, it can't be more than you've already voted to appropriate through the professional services line. I can tell you that.
I understand that, Mr. Attorney, wholeheartedly. Part I'm wrestling with. Okay, we haven't, but what is his time frame, Mr. Mayor, for us bringing that? How long he have to bring the information back to us that what is calling us to do that bank? Remodel the bank.
Remodel the bank. Well,
Mhm.
I think that's what he's getting estimates on now. People were seeing estimates on what it costs to actually redo it. I don't know if it'll be 30 days or not. Maybe, I'm assuming 30 days.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We not asked
Because
that.
they'll see it bids, seal bids, I'm sorry.
Right.
You still won't know.
Right, because we not asked that. If he's up on the contract, I mean, he got 6 months to bring that information to us, a year or what? Because if he on the contract, I mean, I'm just speaking how I think. You know, he may drag it out just to make money when he could do it in 30 days. He may do it in 60 days. I mean, I don't know. That's why I would ask, how long do this guy have a contract for to do it?
And like Mrs. Miller was saying, last time we talked about the building, we were saying we didn't have any money to do the building, but now we're taking bids. So like, you know.
Well, initially, what we said is we didn't have the money for the outbidding of it, and with the second part of the annex. That's why we're taking bids now to see exactly what would it cost if we didn't do the council chambers to it. Because as you all know, we do have a loan that's sitting out there that we're actually paying $120,000 a year on, and we're not using it.
That's what we did the roof with, right?
We have some of that.
Part of it, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
So if it comes under the amount that we have, or if it comes over the amount that we have, that's when we'll bring back and say, hey, this is what we found. Do we move forward or not? We won't know until we get somebody out there to actually put forth a bid. The initial bid that was on the bid, I think, ran around $2 million. That was the
That's
initial.
correct, my understanding.
Yeah.
If I may, Mr. Mayor and Council, I was looking over the contract as we sit here now, at least one of the versions of it that we reviewed for the manager. 12 months is the time period that's laid out for this guy to do his work and get back to y'all. And I think the part that's most important to you is section 4.0, City of Greensboro actions. The city council will review and rank and determine necessary action, and they will present their findings and rankings to you for final review and consideration. And then also, y'all will actually choose who will do any work over there, as I read through the contract.
So you have the contract?
I'm looking at a copy of it online, yes, sir. The manager sent it
Does it have
to
a
us
price on it?
and asked us to review it. Let me finish looking through it.
Okay.
I entertain this motion at this time to go into executive session.
Motion.
Second.
It's been second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor, let it be known by raising their right hand or saying aye. Unanimous decision. If you all give us just a moment.
Different face.